All right, let's be real. If you own a reptile, at some point you've like, does my reptile like me? Do I stress it out? Do they hate their enclosure? Are they plotting my downfall? Well, today we are talking about 5 signs to know and to see if your reptile is stressed out. And more importantly, what you can do to fix it. 5 reptile signs that you cannot ignore.
Oh, and by the way, this absolute beauty right here is Annabelle.
This is Annabelle. This is our VPI Motley Jungle Red Panther RC Pastel. And she is settling in like a champ. We've had her for over a week now, but if she does ever get stressed,
trust us, we'll know.
First things up, if your reptile is constantly hiding and it's trying to dodge you like taxes or someone trying to have an awkward conversation with you, this could mean stress. Reptiles do love their hides. If they're not coming out at night when they should be way more active, that is a giant red flag. And here's why that happens. Their enclosure is way too bright, too exposed. The temperatures are not ideal along with the humidity. They just don't feel secure in their actual setup. But here are some things that you could do to fix it.
Add more cover like plants and logs. Double check temperatures and humidity. Reduce loud noises.
Because loud noises are frequencies. So when you're extremely loud or have like bass or anything that rumbles, it vibrates. They're also excessively glass surfing, like back and forth, looking at you like, you know, this freaks people out. If your reptile is constantly surfing the glass, rubbing its nose like it's trying to break out of jail or something, it's not them saying hi. It's them telling you that they're stressed out. This happens because the enclosure is way too small. For instance, a boa, they need larger spaces. So you need to continuously put them in a bigger enclosure every time they grow. Something outside of their enclosure is triggering them. If you have a glass enclosure and you have cats, your cats could be causing your snakes or reptiles a lot more stress than actually needed, which is why we like the grow tents. And if you want to see the grow tents, videos here. And everything falls back to another thing, temps and humidity levels. Here's how you fix it.
Upgrade enclosure if needed.
Why? Because boas are always getting bigger. And what do they need?
Bigger enclosures every time they grow. Cover the glass to remove reflections.
And this is also noted for arboreal snakes.
Ensure their setups meet natural behaviors.
So what that means is it mimics their environment. So for instance, for Annabelle that we just had here, she's in an enclosure right now, 5.5 feet long, 3 feet deep. She's in an enclosure that she can grow into. Number 3, loss of appetite. If your snake or reptile is rejecting food like rats, mice, don't freak out just yet, but if this goes on for weeks, Houston, we may have a problem and we gotta fix. Why this happens is because the temps are off. Again, everything falls back to temps and humidity. If you guys can get your temps and humidity right, most of your problems will disappear. They either have an illness or some sort of parasite, or the reptiles are feeling insecure in their setup. Here is how we fix that.
First, rule out husbandry.
Do you guys know what husbandry is? Yes. She doesn't. Humidity, substrate, the temperatures, everything that they're living in.
Check for respiratory issues.
Which is open mouth breathing, wheezing, bubbling.
If nothing changes, visit
ASAP! Thankfully, Annabelle, Pennywise, Captain, Art, Snowy, Sydney, Kruger, they all eat great. So we never have to worry about it. Number 4 is sudden defense behaviors. If your once chill, laid back reptile starts being all defensive, starts turning into Mike Tyson, biting, hissing, tail whipping, it's usually stress. And why this happens? Handling way too often or at the wrong times. They feel trapped, they feel overstimulated. New environment adjustments. A lot like Annabelle, who has been here for a week and a half, she may have settled in pretty nicely because we did it in very small steps, but we only had her out for this video for less than 5 minutes. Your reptiles can get used to their homes quicker if you do the right process. Here's how you can fix that though.
Give new snakes a minimum 1 to 2 weeks. Let them come to you. Don't rush them. Watch body language.
Which is coils. That typical S-shaped pattern. You know what else?
What?
Wicked fast breathing. So if you see their bodies going poof, that equals stressed. Annabelle was actually a little bit shy at first, but with proper time and me actually putting our shirts in her cage, she felt that sense of security and safety after a day or two with our scents, and it made the process a lot faster. Number 5, your snake is constantly trying to break out. They're trying to escape. So if your reptile is constantly testing its enclosure, going to the edges,
trying to see if there's little gaps, he or she is stressed out.
Now why this happens though? Temps and humidity. Every single one of these has fallen back on what? Temps and humidity. If it's a female, it may be looking for a male. And if it's a male, it may be looking for a female. The adult males do this a lot. The enclosure is just boring. You got them in a studio apartment, or it lacks enrichment. Here's how you can fix it it though.
Check temps again. Seriously, 90%.
Of the issues are from temperature and humidity.
Enrichment, more hides, and climbing.
Or textures. Give them the textures.
Make sure the enclosure is properly sealed.
All right, if you guys learned anything from today's video, make sure you guys comment down below what your favorite part is and if you've ever experienced this with any of your snakes. Share this video and make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, hit the bell.
Hit that like button.
Has your reptile ever been stressed out? Let us know. Follow us on all the socials for more daily content.
TikTok, Facebook,
Instagram.
all the socials.